Welcome back to Kontroversy. If you missed the first part, now it's the time to redeem yourself to watch the second part. Oh well, it's totally unrelated with the first story.
Which is good.
which is good, but I don't know if it's a good story. It's my own story. Thailand has the highest rate of young mother in Asia.
Oh, so
the thing is,
that's not a very good.
That's not a very good news. The thing is, okay, it's nothing new that we've been talking about the teen pregnancy mom, or the under 20. And on Monday, the Ministry of Social Development, Human Security, and the National Child Protection Commission just set up a seminar called Stop Teen Mom. I know it doesn't sound so good with the grammar and things like that, but the fact is, in 2009, WHO came out with the information, the statistic that they got, that average the world, when they talk about the pregnant teen, is talk about under 20 years old pregnant.
Teenagers.
Yes, teenagers.
Are we talking about lower than?
So we're talking about 10 and above.
We're talking about under 20. They didn't say how young is the youngest.
Okay.
So the average of the world in 2009 is every 1,000 there will be 65
okay.
a young mother.
So for every 1,000 births, 65 of those are teenage moms.
The thing is, in Asia, oh, that's a nice picture. The thing is, in Asia, it have lower average in Asia, which is 56 per 1,000 in 2009. The thing is, in 2009, Thailand have 70 per 1,000.
So above the national,
right, that's not high, but not too bad, because this year the Information and Communication Technology Center has gathered the information and statistics from the hospital. Our rate now is between 90 to 100 per 1,000.
Wow, so that's 10%.
Yes, and it's going up trend. And we holding the highest rate in Asia. I'm not sure. I don't think it's something to be proud of.
Quick question. So pregnancy meaning they would have babies. They delivered the babies. This is not
it just said young pregnancy. It just said young pregnancy. But if we're talking about
pregnant and then abort after.
If we're talking about having baby, latest report said in Thailand, I'm not sure if it's this year, but in 1 year, it's 787,739. So it's almost 800,000 young mothers give birth in hospital. And guess how old is the youngest that gave birth in hospital in Thailand?
I'm so scared to say it. Yeah, I'm so scared to say it.
She knows because I told her yesterday. It's 10 years old, people. The youngest girl that gave birth in the hospital, and
I'm pretty sure that's not like a consent
10 years old. But think about it. What did you do when you were 10 years old? I was playing Lego and Spider-Man.
No. Biologically, your hips. I mean, you have to have some sort of hips to push a baby.
Do you even hit puberty yet at 10?
Most people don't. Not
How
until 11,
can you get
12.
pregnant at 10?
Yeah.
Well, if you have period early, then I guess you could.
The province that have the highest rate of a young mother is Kamphaeng Phet.
Okay.
And there's like Lopburi and Nakhon something. I mean, it's but it doesn't really say anything.
I have to say, I'm kind of surprised that Thailand has the statistics, because it's not very visible. So if these teenage moms are having kids, they're certainly not going out of their homes or their villages and showing, because
but they certainly give birth at the hospital. That's why they have it on record.
Yeah. Well, the UK, for example, I think has consistently topped the list of teenage pregnancy records for Europe. But in the UK, you see a lot of young moms pushing their babies around the streets, and you go, oh, okay, I can see where that figure is coming from. I see teenage moms all over the place. But
that's why it's come to this. In the seminar, she is the deputy director named Kwan Wong Pikuntong of the National Child Protection Commission. She said that we should really getting serious on the sex education. So when we were talking about sex education, we were thinking about how young we should start. She said 2 to 5, and I got so pissed off when I heard 2 to 5. It's too young. So I did a little research. Yeah, it's actually they said
that is the perfect age to
like age because it's not going to make kids think about it more, but they're just going to register it. And we're not talking about tell them how to get it going or whatever, but start off with like the different
how babies are made, reproductive system,
and just to show body, just to like what's it called? We have different body parts, that kind of thing.
Do you know whether the most successful sex education program is for schools is in Holland? In Holland, kids are really young when they're taught, and they really absorb the information, and they have really, really low statistics, incidences of
and plus,
teenage
like,
pregnancy.
if you start young, then you can, tell your kids to differentiate between, a welcome touches versus, the unwelcome one. Because normally, most of the time, the child abuse, like sexual abuse, are done through people that know the child pretty well. I mean,
and the other thing is kids become more comfortable about talking to their parents
asking
and older people.
Yeah.
Mom, dad, what is this? Why does this happen? And that's the most important thing because most kids, I think, who go out and perhaps have unprotected sex, they hide these things from their parents. They don't have a comfortable relationship with their parents with these things, and they have to figure it all out on their own. And then accidents happen. So.
Because you have to accept it. I mean, once you hit puberty, it's going to happen.
The thing is, they talk about this, but it's something totally, Thai people, we like to say that we are so, traditional Thai lifestyle. We're not going to talk about all these things ever, even though we do it as much as other country, but we just not. But seems like we do it more than other countries.
It's so true.
But we're not talking.
everything.
But we're not talking about it in the serious context or in academic or really tackle the problem. We're just being hypocrite this country about this stuff.
Definitely. Well, it's like the other day, I went to get my prescription from the birth control pill, and the pharmacist was like, "Oh, are you taking it to make your boobs bigger?" And I was like, "Is that the primary reason?"
Oh, that's
I know. I was like, "What do you mean?"
But that's
I'll be like, "Is it small? Is it too flat?"
I wasn't offended. That's not the point. The point is like that's not the primary reason to take. But people
or like for pimples.
But that's a reason for a lot of kids here.
Yeah, but they don't address the problem. Like you should be taking this to then cover this.
Right.
And
or even explain like okay, take it during certain times, or like you have like what kind of percentage would it protect you from if you have sex, like the clear skin aside, because a lot of kids are taking it for apparently
talking about Thai traditional family. I don't think
skin.
anyone can have any more traditional parents than my parents. And I remember growing up.
You can always have more traditional parents.
Oh God! When I growing up, we would watch a movie, and in the scene they kisses or something. When I was a kid, my mom would act like she's throwing up, or she just feel disgusted. She will walk away. She cannot see. She cannot talk about it. When I was a kid, I was like, "Isn't that disgusting?" And then when I grow up, I was just like, "How come she has 3 kids?"
Yeah. How did she ever produce it?
If it is that bad, and I was just thinking how my dad feel. He's the funniest guy making joke about all this stuff, and he never really act like it's.
Have you ever asked your parents? Because I hope you a funny conversation.
My mom is really my mom is really conservative.
Right.
We cannot talk about this. I cannot watch Sex and the City or even South Park with her around.
Wow, my mom went to Sex and the City with me.
Yeah, my mom as well. And she would watch it with me. And I grew up in a house with a half French dad, so you can imagine the sort of films that we were allowed to watch. I mean, not pornographic, but semi-pornographic films, art films, and it was all good. And at 11, there's a bit of boob there, a bit of God knows what there. It's like, okay.
Oh, well,
I'm in the middle. Oh, that's good. See?
You're sitting between a conservative kid and a liberally raised kid.
I'm not a conservative person, but maybe because how I am raised, my parent is so conservative, so I come out like this.
You're a rebel. A little rebel.
Rebel without a cause.
Anyway, with that note, getting serious on sex education, people, and we'll take a short break. We'll come back with more story from Amy.